G.I. Joe the movie is easily one of my favorite animated movies of all time. Not only is it an exciting adventure, full of action and patriotic pride, but it is also the closest we will most likely ever get to a Metal Slug 3 adaptation. And having it be one of my favorite things and feel like another, all I can say is that it's just pure perfection. From the second the movie starts, we get a gratuitously American intro that is easily one of the best things ever put to film. We get to see the Joes putting a stop to yet another terror plot orchestrated by Cobra, this time at Lady Liberty, with our heroes blasting away and saving the day like always, all the while an amazing remake of the main theme blares. G.I. Joe! American hero! Yo! G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe! American hero! G.I. Joe! I mean, the way it all wraps up is Duke picking up the American flag and flying to the top of Lady Liberty with the rest of his all-American team. Does this serve anything for the rest of the film? Does it matter to the overall plot? Not at all, and I don't care in the slightest because this is beautiful. The rest of the film is also just as action-packed, but we do actually get a surprisingly heavy sci-fi plot and plenty of series retconning. As this is the finale to the entire original G.I. Joe series, the plot goes full out with an ancient race of snake-like people threatening the world with irreversible mutation. Naturally, only the G.I. Joes can put a stop to this, but it's a race against time as they have to find where the hidden city of Cobra Law is and destroy the BET energy weapon before it's too late. The plot is like a sugar rush of action figures and anime, all being fast-forwarded straight to the good stuff, and it makes the film fly by, but never causes it to lose any of its focus. The returning casts are all the characters you know and love, but with this being the big movie, naturally some new characters are introduced. Unlike the 1986 Transformers movie, however, thankfully no one dies off, and thanks to rewrites, Duke also survives his original and brutal death. The only real issue with the characters here is that with there being so many of them, only a handful get any real focus, and sadly, Shipwreck isn't one of them. One of the main characters in the film is Duke's half-brother by the name of Lieutenant Falcon, a brash and troublemaking Green Beret who starts off as a deeply flawed character, but gets plenty of character growth over the course of the film. I really like how they didn't shy away from him being imperfect, showing him do some unsavory stuff. This actually caused him to be more likable with his growth, and we got to see him become a real American hero. There were also the fresh recruits by the name of the Rawhides, which introduced longtime fan favorites Jinx and Tunnel Rat, along with the comically named man and dog duo by the name of Law & Order. We also got introduced to the rough and tough no-nonsense Renegades, which was led by the real-life badass of Sergeant Frigging Slaughter. On the villain side of things, Serpentor was the main bad guy this time around, with the Dreadnoughts also getting plenty of screen time. I actually like that Cobra, despite practically having his brain fried, joined to help save the world in the end, and his presence was replaced by the villainous and calculated Globulus, along with his gimmick-centric lackeys. While not as violent in terms of death as the Transformers movie, it definitely had a lot more brutal violence in terms of injuries, and I mean, there's actually blood here, and body horror. There's bones that get snapped and cracked, and plenty of other things happen in the action scenes, and it adds a really great sense of importance to the laser-filled action set pieces. Almost every other scene is a big explosion-laden spectacle, and it keeps the film's hour-and-a-half long runtime in check. It really feels like an afternoon with action figures come to life, and I simply adore every second of it. While the intro is definitely the best animated part of the movie, the rest of the film's animation doesn't fall behind all that much, still looking incredibly pleasing and very well done. Everything is fluid, the colors, while a bit muted, still are quite vibrant, and everything has such a good weight to it. Once again, Toei Animation did a remarkable job here, and even though this was dumped straight onto TV back when it came out, it doesn't at all skimp out on quality, still giving a theatrical looking animated feast for your eyes. While the soundtrack and voice actors aren't as high profile as Hasbro's last theatrical outing, the music score is still rich with great tracks, and Sergeant Slaughter and Don Johnson did a great job in both of their roles.
I've been expecting you. My name is Sergeant Slaughter, Special Drill Instructor for G.I. Joe.
That's terrific, Sarge, but I'm trying to cut down on the chicken sweat just now, so if you'll excuse me.
You're going nowhere, Space Case. You're here because you're an industrial straight follow-up!
Also, while there aren't as many memorable lines as the series itself here, there's still some great quotes on offer in the movie.
There's only two ways out of my command. On your feet like a man, or in a ditty bag. An itty-bitty ditty bag. This is for Gung-Ho, Alpine, and Bazooka! This is for Falcon! This is for me! This is for Duke! for the U.S. Army! Ah!
What's that Bow Wow doing here?
That's my dog, Order. He's trained to sniff out explosives. Order, seek.
This is supposed to be your test, Law.
Hey, Law and Order's a team, man. He finds the bombs and I drive the car. We tried the other way, but it didn't work.
Most of the sounds, as per usual, are just recycled sounds from the sound library, but everything still sounds good like usual. I just have to say, I absolutely adore this odd creature that looks like something that not only I would make, but also could get a video to be demonetized, and I laugh every time it makes a noise. Outside the incredible main theme for the movie, the rest of the music is synth-laden goodness that was creeping and kept the movie filled with excellent tunes. Also, since I have no clue where else I'm going to put this, I'm going to put here, and that's the fact that Europe got shafted when they got the movie over there, because it was rebranded as Action Force. America, we got the rocking theme.
There's trouble over land and sea and air. G.I. Joe is there.
Well, Action Force got the comically bad bootleg sounding cover.
It's Action Force against Cobra, the enemy, fighting to save the day. They will never give up. They're always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. Action Force, international heroes. Action Force are there. Action Force was there. Action Force.
And with all that said, G.I. Joe the movie is yet another nostalgic blast from the past that I am so happy I can say holds up. But it is also more than that. It's an epic American adventure that is full of patriotic charm and cheese, a fun sense of adventure, and the positive message of always doing the right thing and being the best you can be for all those around you. Grab yourself both a copy of this movie and your favorite sugary cereal if you want an action-packed, patriotic good time and a slice of 80s Saturday morning nostalgia. This is everything you could possibly want from a Western animated action film, and it's so much darn fun. Also, happy 4th of July to everyone. Be safe, be proud, and be happy. As always, if you want to help support the channel, please consider sharing the video with a friend or checking out my Patreon linked in the description below. If you have any comments, questions, or recommendations, leave them down below as I read and reply to everything. Until next time, this is Thierry Williamson signing off until the next video. See ya, guys!